Hello everyone. So today in this video we are going to discuss about the topic infertility from the chapter reproductive health. So infertility is a condition in which a couple cannot have a child by its normal means, and the reason can be many. It can be due to some physical disorder, due to drug, or maybe due to immunological or some hormonal imbalances, or even due to emotional as well as psychological disorders. So whatever be the reason, in India or country like India, here the women are always blamed for the cause, or for the infertility the women are always blamed. They are considered to be unlucky, or they are considered as a kind of misfortune to the family, as she is not having a child even after many years of marriage. But it is absolutely wrong, as we know that both male and female partners are equally responsible for reproduction or for the infertility. So as we know that human being reproduces through sexual means, and for this process to happen, here the production of gamete is very important, right? As the gametes are produced by two respective individuals by their respective body, so equally male and female are responsible for it. But as reproduction itself is one of the very important phenomena or process among all organisms, all organisms they wants to survive, but of course reproduction is not necessary for survival. The organism, including human beings, still can survive without reproduction. But why it is important is because of the fact that no organism is immortal. So whatever organism that exists on earth, they has to die one day. So in order to continue their life, reproduction is very important. So this is why every organism tends to reproduce, and they want to leave their progeny after them, or they want to continue their species generation after generation, and for that reason reproduction is very important. So as that among humans also, it is very important, not only on the basis of social aspect, but also on the basis of emotional as well as ethical and moral issues. So but nowadays, due to the advancement in technology, even the infertile couple can have their child. So this infertility is basically due to some difficulty in the steps or difficulty in the various processes that are involved in reproduction, including the production of gamete, fertilization and implantation. So there are many processes or technique by which an infertile couple can also have their child. So those technology is known as assisted reproductive technology. So here we are going to discuss one by one each of them. That includes the IVF, in vitro fertilization, ZIFT, zygote intrafallopian transfer, GIFT, gamete intrafallopian transfer, ICSI, Intracytoplasmic sperm injection, and artificial insemination. But all these steps are basically, they are based on the possible inaccuracy in the steps of reproduction, inaccuracy or inefficiency of the certain steps, maybe fertilization or maybe production of gametes, etc. So we will discuss one by one. So first is the in vitro fertilization. In case of in vitro fertilization, the gamete are fertilized outside the body inside the test tube. So it is also known as test tube baby or test tube baby program. Fertilization is followed by embryo transfer. So this technology is done in case if the female body cannot provide a suitable medium for fertilizing, or even if the partner cannot produce their gamete. So they can collect, or the donor gamete can be collected by a healthy donor, and then it can be fertilized outside the body, and then later on it will be introduced into the female's body. So this is known as in vitro fertilization and followed by embryo transfer. Then next we have the ZIFT, that is zygote intrafallopian transfer. Here, after the fertilization is done, instead of embryo being implanted, the zygote is introduced into the fallopian tube. It means here the female may not be fertilizing, or fertilization may not be taking place, but can provide a suitable medium for the development of the zygote. Right? For the zygotal development, the fallopian tube can provide a good medium. So in this case, the zygote can be implanted into the fallopian tube and followed by implantation into the uterus. So this technology is also known as intrauterine transfer. Then next is gamete intrafallopian transfer. Here the gamete is being introduced into the fallopian tube. So this technology is for those females who cannot produce the egg but can provide a suitable medium for fertilization. So here an egg can be collected from a donor female and it will be introduced into the female, recipient female, and then fertilization can happen, and so as that of the zygotal development and implantation by the natural way. So that is about gamete intrafallopian transfer, where gamete is being introduced into the fallopian tube. Then next we have is the intracytoplasmic sperm injection. Here this is in case if the sperms are not viable enough, or if sperm count is low, then the sperm can directly be injected into the ovum. It means both the ovum and the sperm are collected and artificially injected directly into the ovum, and then fertilization is done outside the body, and then later on it is introduced. Maybe it will be followed by IVF, ZIFT and GIFT. So all the techniques may be followed thereafter. So basically here the sperms are directly being injected into the cytoplasm of the ovum. So why is the name intracytoplasmic? Means inside the cytoplasm of the ovum, the sperm is being injected directly, right? So that is about intracytoplasmic sperm injection. Then last we have is the artificial insemination. In case of artificial insemination, here the sperm or the semen is being artificially inseminated into the vagina or into the reproductive tract of the female, where the fertilization can happen inside the fallopian tube. So this is for those who have a low sperm count, or even have a problem in ejaculation, etc., where the semen or the sperm can be injected or inseminated artificially into the female reproductive tract, right? So after which the other processes can happen by its natural way, that is fertilization will be there if the egg are produced normally. Then after fertilization, the zygotal development into the various stages of blastomeres, then implantation into the uterus, and then after implantation the fetal development, and then the pregnancy will continue. So in this way the infertile couple can be assisted with all these technologies. So although all this technology, ultimately the prime goal or the main aim of all this technology is to have a child, and all these technologies are very cost effective, as well as they are not very common, because they require a high precision as well as a very correct handling, or it requires experts as well as various tools and technologies are involved, right? So these are not very common to all the places or to all the cities and towns, so they are very limited, and as well as they are very cost effective. So as already because all this technology is ultimately to have a child, even the couple, if they cannot undergo all this technology, they can have one more option, that is to adopt a child. So in our country, India, there are many children, there are many destitute and homeless, parentless child who are seeking for love and care. And if we adopt those children, it will be a great part, or it will be a great step by us if we can adopt those child and can have them legally as their own child, right? So adoption is the last option. If all this technology, if the couple cannot have it, or if it is not access to the couple, or if it is not available, or if it is not possible for them, so lastly they can adopt a child by its legal means, as ultimately all the processes is to have a child. So that is it about infertility and various assisted reproductive technology. So it is very easy to understand and remember, as all this technology is based on the various steps that are involved in reproduction. As I said, it may be the problem in the production of gametes. Suppose if a female is incapable of producing the gamete, then what can be suggested? Gamete intrafallopian transfer. The female cannot produce the gamete but can provide a suitable medium for fertilization. Then what option is there? Donor egg, right? A donor female, an egg can be collected from a donor female and can be introduced inside the fallopian tube. And the rest of the steps or the process of pregnancy will be continued as usual, as the other things are okay with the female, like fertilization is normal, implantation is normal, only that the female was not producing the gamete, right? So basically all these technologies are based on that difficulty where the female is not conceiving, right? In case of in vitro fertilization, the problem can be of both male and female. Suppose if both of them are not producing, female not producing the egg, and also male, the sperm count is low, then both fertilization can be done outside from donor egg and donor sperm and can be implanted into the uterus. So other steps will be followed, like zygote intrafallopian transfer, or even the gamete intrafallopian, not gamete but zygote intrafallopian transfer, or followed by embryo transfer. So basically all the steps may involve. So as I said, these are cost effective and a high precision and accuracy is needed. So that is it. Thank you so much for today. I hope this video will help you in understanding the concept. So thank you so much, and bye bye.